Good day,
Good
good
afternoon.
day, good afternoon, noon after good.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of One Flesh. It has been a while.
It
Merry
has been a
Christmas,
minute.
Happy New Year. I
Happy
hope
birthday.
you guys have
Happy
been,
anniversary.
I
Yes.
hope you guys have been having a wonderful season. But we're back at it again. It's a new year, and we want to continue encouraging our fellow couples in marriage, encouraging you to be one flesh, like sugar and water, as Shadira likes to say, united in purpose, having a oneness of vision. That's why we're here. I am Kasim Ford, and this is my lovely wife, Shadira. Isn't she love? I can't sing it. Isn't she wonderful? Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. And today our topic is no marriage is perfect.
Say it
No,
again for the people in the back.
I was saying it already. No marriage is perfect. That is the truth of it. Shadira is not perfect. I am
No.
not perfect. And as a couple, we are not perfect.
You know, yeah, this topic is a very interesting topic. A lot of people would see us on the road and be like, I just love all you guys. You guys look like a
Mhm.
perfect couple. You guys are doing an awesome job. And they saying, Ray, 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 and giving us a lot of accolades.
Yes.
Giving us a lot of accolades and all of that, all of those stuff, which is very nice. But we are not perfect.
I mean, the thing about it is that, we are pretty much an open book, but the reality of the matter is that we don't put all of our business out a broad path, according to what we used to say, out a broad path. No, we don't. So, a lot of times, a lot of what you see, you see the good stuff, you see the sweet stuff, um, but that comes a lot of times we argue,
We
we
argue a lot.
no, we don't.
I just mess, but we argue. We do argue. We have our arguments. We have our disagreements.
We don't argue a lot. Shadir is always on my case. That's what it is. Yes, amen.
Ah,
But
mm,
is the truth, eh?
oh,
Ain't the truth?
mm. No comment. No
Oh
comment.
boy. But there's a saying. If I can't remember, if I can remember the saying, it's saying, don't compare your private life to what other people show you in public. And that's my
Ah,
paraphrase,
that is powerful.
right? Because a lot of times we have our relationships and we go through our issues in private, and we're seeing other couples, and it looks like everything is peaches and cream.
Everything looks so
Everything looks
perfect.
beautiful, and they
Them
looks
going out, they're having fun, they're going on
right.
vacations, their husband buying them this, their husband buying them that, their wife doing this, their wife doing that, but you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You don't know if they're getting beat up by the husband in closed doors. You don't know if they cussing out their husband or they cussing out their wives. You don't even know if they actually
Exactly.
spending time together, because you can see all of this in public, but when behind closed doors, the husband don't even have no time for their wife, or the wife don't even have no time for the husband, or sometimes the husband out with different women, or the wife out with different men. And I mean, that's a reality. I can't sugarcoat it. That's a reality.
That's true. That is the reality. And we're talking about perfection today. And the question is, what is perfection? Perfection is, I would say the idea that something is flawless. It doesn't have any blemishes. There's no defects. Um, and I really do not want anybody listening or watching us to fall into the trap of perfection, because I think perfection is the thing that causes you to stop trying or even to stop fighting. You might be in a relationship, and I know we spoke about it, Shadira and I, of a lot of the struggles that we had in our relationship. And it was easier of us at that time. I think we did even go through periods of time when we used to look at other, you know, why. I'm sure Shadi would have said why Kasim couldn't be like this husband, or
Of
I
course.
would have said why, Shadir could have been like that person. Um, but if we had dwelled on that, we would have stopped fighting because we would have lost all the value for the person that we had next to us, because we would have seen the good in them, because the only thing that we were looking at was their flaws. And we're expecting them to be somebody that has no flaws. And I think that is unreasonable. It's unrealistic. The reality is that, as I said, the first thing I said when I introduced the topic is, I am not perfect. Shadira is not perfect. And I think we need to kill those expectations of each other, kill those perfection expectations. If you're not perfect, why you want a spouse that's perfect? Huh? Why you
Yeah.
want the man to be perfect when you ain't perfect? Hmm? Answer me this question. I'm looking at you. Yes, you right here, sitting down right there. Why you want the man to be perfect when you're not perfect? Huh? Should you be quiet?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Go on.
He's saying wow, wow, wow. But no, I'm being serious. Don't expect perfection. Um, and we're doing this program in the context that we are believers, we're Christians. God is perfect.
He's the only
God
one that
is
is perfect.
God is the only one that is perfect, and He's the one that is working, if you allow Him to, in the midst of your relationship, to knit two imperfect people together. And um, there's a scripture that says that love covers
A
a
multitude of
multitude of
sins.
sins. Yes, it does.
But yes, it does. You know the interesting thing about this perfection, we a lot of times we we as believers or unbelievers, we look at other couples and we see how perfect they are, and look at how great they are together. And behind closed doors, I have to keep saying behind closed doors, they are actually miserable. They look perfect on the outside, but they are really miserable. And they have this thing that it says, fake it until you make it. I don't believe that when it comes to marriage, fake it until you make it, because you can fake it and just destroy your whole marriage in the process. And for us, you know, for other people, we might appear to have it all together and look perfect. And that is because we we work hard. We work hard at our marriage, and we are committed. A lot of times things are not the way we want it to be in our marriage, but we know our values, the values that we have in our marriage, so we stay committed to the values that we instill in our marriage. So even though we are going left, we will always fall back to the values that we have in our marriage. So another thing that would make us appear to look like the perfect couple, but appear,
Up here.
yes, is also another one. So I said hard work. That I said that right. Hard work,
Mhm.
commitment, and also creativity. As husband and wife, as a married couple, we are always evolving. You see us evolving in our life, like our public life. You see us involved in our ministry, but it doesn't stop there. There's not a full stop there in ministry, because marriage is our first ministry. So we are also evolving even in our first ministry, which is marriage. We do things creative. We come up with creative ideas to enjoy each other's company and just chat.
Yeah, I mean, I think one key thing that I want to stick the pin in, right there, what Shadir said, is the hard work. And I mentioned a little earlier that The idea of perfection could cause you to, give up your fight. The thing about it is that I think every relationship requires some fight. You know, you might look at persons, use ourselves as an example, but we had to endure our own set of tests. Each relationship has to endure its own set of tests, and each individual in each of those relationships had to fight through it. There's a saying that the grass is green on the other side because the person on the other side watered the grass, right? You can't just look at the grass and you can't just look at the grass saying it's greener without actually taking into consideration what the person on the other side has to do to get their grass to be green. And that's a point that I was trying to um, put in there. I also want to say, nothing is wrong with admiring couples. Nothing is wrong with looking at couples and using them as inspiration. You know, but there's a positive. When the negative comes, is when that inspiration turns to whether it's covet or envy. That is when there's a problem. When when you start to look at other person's relationship and start to think that your relationship is rubbish, that is when it's a problem.
And it envy is, it can subtly come in from other married couples, because you could be going out, and I mean, everybody have their own taste. Let's clarify that every couple have their own taste, every marriage have their own taste. It's very diverse. No marriage is the same.
Yeah,
So
every relationship is different.
right. So
What would work for you won't work for me.
exactly. So if Kasim wants to take me out and he wants to like lavish and splurge and spend all his money to go to fancy restaurants
No,
take me to these places, let's say
no.
he wants to take me to
Just
these
joking.
so he wants to take me to these places, and we are telling another couple of our experience in all honesty, with no intentions. Sometimes you would hear other couples say, we don't gotta do that. Why waste money and them kind of things when we could just go for a ride and look at the stars? So envy can come in very subtly like that. You have to listen to the conversations of other couples that you are having those conversations with. You have to listen to these type of responses.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you got to be careful having those conversations with other couples as well, because it could easily turn into a competition and people lie. They hear you say something and it sound good, and because they feel like, oh, theirs ain't good enough, they're gonna lie about theirs to make theirs sound good too. You
Yeah.
know? But the reality though is we're tackling this whole idea of perfection. And even in our relationship, I wanted to add that as individuals, we are continuously working on ourselves. We know that we're not perfect, um,
By no means.
but you know, we are working on ourselves individually. And the way that we do that is, our relationship with God. That's the foundation. We know we are perfect. We know that we can get perfect anyway, but God is working on each and every single one of us, and He is the one that is perfecting us in such a way that I'm sure Shadir would tell you that the man that she married almost 10 years ago and the man that I am now, she much prefers the man that I am now.
Oh, I love this man. I mean, I love the man 10 years ago, but I love this man I have right here, right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say the same thing about Shadira. I did not marry the perfect woman. I'm not going to lie and say I, I loved her with her imperfections, but I thank God for the amazing leaps and strides that she has come from who she was 10 years ago to who she is today. I am madly in love with this woman. I love when she looks at me like that. She gives me butterflies in my stomach. Yes. Okay. So and in the same tone, I encourage you to not let anybody devalue what you have. Do not let anybody devalue what you have. I just spoke about Shadira, and you know, I'm mature to the point where I can't now look at any other female and wish that was my wife because of how much I value her. And if I was looking at her and all I could see was everything that was wrong with her, then it would be
I'm the good stuff,
uh, she
Let's take
is
that in
she
there.
is not perfect,
but I'm the good
but
stuff.
she is my good stuff. Yes. Um, but the point that I am trying to make is that I can look at you and all your imperfections and how you're always getting on my case, and I can be like, God, why I can't get a woman that ain't always on my case?
But at the end of the day, I am the good stuff.
But
Good stuff covers
I
a
love
multitude
her.
of that.
I love her in spite of her, you know, imperfections, because I know that God has a greater plan for both of us, and we are together for His glory. We are together for His glory. So we hope that you are encouraged today. We're not trying to make our programs too long anymore. Just be encouraged. Stop looking for perfection.
You're not gonna
Just
find it.
enjoy and embrace what you have. Embrace the process of growing together. Love each other through the mess. And there's a saying that there's a story before the glory. So even if you're going through a rough time right now, there's a story before the glory. Keep fighting. If you think that your relationship was ordained by God, keep fighting. There is a story before the glory. So God bless you, and I pray that you would continue to be one flesh, like sugar and water.
Bye.
Bye.